All right, so whether you're young, old, or anywhere in between, I'm sure most everyone is familiar with the character Charlie Brown. Whether you grew up reading the comics in the newspaper, watching the TV show, or most notably watching a Charlie Brown Christmas special. And I know for me and my family, we watch this every single year, and it really is a classic film. And one of the things that makes it classic is the music, which was written by a man named Vince Guaraldi and his jazz trio. There's a lot of familiar songs in this movie, songs like this. Songs like this. Or this. But probably the most notable and familiar song is going to be this. Instantly you hear that bass line and you know what song this is. You can picture in your mind Snoopy like flying on his doghouse, or the other characters kind of dancing around, or maybe even Schroeder sitting down at the piano with the legs cut off on the ground and playing. And so this is a very recognizable song, and it's great because it's all piano. You can play this by yourself. You can play it with a drummer or a bass player, or a guitar player, anything like that. But this song is a lot of fun to play. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, first things first, this song is in the key of A flat major, which might be kind of outside some of your comfort zone, but it's not a difficult song to play. There are some little challenging things in it, namely this arpeggiated pattern in your left hand because it's kind of syncopated, and then in your right hand you've got a little bit of a stretch in the melody. And so you basically have two sections to learn. Now, this particular arrangement does not include the C section. The C section is where Vince kind of does a big solo, a piano solo in it, and so we're not including that. We're including the main A section, which everybody knows, and the B section. And so the A section starts off in our left hand, and we're on a big like A flat octaves with a fifth in the middle, and then we're going to go to an A flat 6, like that. You're arpeggiating from the bottom up to the top, and you push the first note. Now, what I mean by that on push the first note means that you're not going to play the note on beat 1. You're actually going to play it on the and of 4. So if you were counting it, I'm going to clap whenever I'm going to hit that note. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. That sort of thing. So when you play it, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our pattern. Now, if we slow it down, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to move up to B and do the same thing. Now back to A flat. Up to the B, A flat. So notice we're pushing that A flat right before the 1 each time. Now on our right hand, here's our melody. We're basically playing an A flat kind of 2 chord. So if you play all 5 of those notes, those are the notes that you're going to play. And you're arpeggiating this pattern. You've got A flat, E flat, A flat, back down. And then towards the end of it, we'll move to this A flat, E flat, up to E flat, and then back to A flat, E flat. Now the melody looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there is when we're going to go to our B in our left hand. So just keep that in mind, and then we go back to A flat. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put both hands together and we'll slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we move to our B section. Now the B section everybody's familiar with too. So again, everybody knows that little section there. So in our left hand, you start off and you kind of have a lead-in note on the A flat and it's D flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to your A. In our right hand, we're doing D flat up to E flat, and you're doing octave E flats with the A flat in the middle there. So again, and then you've got this little figure that you do, and kind of to break it down, you start off on E flat, A flat, up to F, A flat. So you do that pattern 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then land on the E flat. Like that. But in between moving from the E flat up to the F, you have these grace notes on the E. So it's kind of like a slide up to that note. Like that. But then you've got the top E flat. Like that. So again, you kind of have to crunch your fingers in here. You could also kind of flip up underneath if you want to, but I've chosen just to use my thumb. Like that. Like that. And if your fingers are smaller, it'll fit a little bit better. If they're too large, you might have to change up just a little bit. And instead of using your thumb on the E flat, maybe use your index finger. Like that. And kind of come underneath. I found it a little easier to do on top. So in our left hand, if we put it hands together, and then laying back on the A. And when I say A, I mean the A section. We're actually playing A flat here. So again, the B section, we come out of that, the end of the A, right there, and then A flat, and so if you start from the top and put it together, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Normally we would repeat that A section, but I'm going to move on to the B. Back to the A flat. Now, as it moves on into the rest of the song, as I mentioned, it has that C section, which kind of starts off. that kind of figure. And then it goes back to the A section, and then it comes back to that C section where they have kind of the solo. Then it comes back to A and what you've already learned, and that really is the main section of the song that everybody wants to learn, how to play. It really, once you start playing that bass line, everybody's ears perks up and they instantly know what song it is. So again, this is Linus and Lucy by Vince Guaraldi. Make sure you practice hands separate on this because there's a lot going on, and then slowly put it together. Start off slow, pick up the tempo, and then have fun with it. Happy practicing.